Okay, so as a few extra supplemental progress check review questions, the change of base formula, but I have to use natural logs, changes this to ln of the argument divided by ln of the base. So this one would be ln of the argument over ln of the base. Done. For solving rational inequalities, I first have to factor the numerator. And that would be what multiplies to 18 that adds to -9 is going to be x minus 3 and x minus 6. And then I take each factor from any part of my rational expression, and I want to find when that equals 0. And I have to put these answers in order on a number line to help me finish solving. Then I take a number less than 1, between 1 and 3, between 3 and 6, and then more than 6, and test if the expression would be positive or negative. So let's do 0. 0 is less than 1. So 0 minus 3 is negative. 0 minus 6 is negative. 0 minus 1 is negative. So that's positive divided by negative, that's negative. Between 1 and 3 is the number 2. 2 minus 3 is negative. 2 minus 6 is negative. 2 minus 1 is positive. So negative times negative is positive, divided by positive, positive. Between 3 and 6, you can pick 4 or 5. I'll just pick 4. 4 minus 3, positive. 4 minus 6, negative. 4 minus 1, positive. So then this is negative divided by positive, which is negative. And then more than 6, I'll pick 10. 10 minus 3, 10 minus 6, 10 minus 1, that's all positive. So this question wants greater than or equal to 0, and that's positive outcomes. The only catch is the denominator can never equal 0. This is an asymptote here. Compared to these would be x-intercepts. So when I go to write my answer, I can never include the 1 with the or equals. So every positive, so that's between 1 and 3. So when x is between 1 and 3, but never equal to 1. And then when x is greater than or equal to 6. And do the same process for b. The numerator factors. So what multiplies to 8 that adds to -6 is going to be -4 and -2. So the denominator is at -1 and then 2 and 4. You set each factor equal to 0 to solve for your number line. All right, now I got to test my signs. Less than -1, I'm going to choose -10. So -10 minus 4 is negative. -10 minus 2 is negative. -10 plus 1, negative. So this is positive divided by negative, which gives me a negative. Between -1 and 2 is 0. So that's negative, negative, positive. So that is a positive outcome because these multiply to be positive. Between 2 and 4 is 3. 3 minus 4 is negative. 3 minus 2 is positive. 3 plus 1 is positive. So this is a negative outcome. And then more than 4, I'll use 10. Positive, positive, positive. And we want less than or equal to 0, which is all the negatives. I can never include the denominator value in my inequality answers. So that's the answer is when x is less than -1 and when x is between 2 and 4. Because this is or equals, I use the or equals every other place, every other value, but not from the denominator. For C, because it's less than, there's no or equal sign like the other two, none of my answer would include the or equals. Okay, I'm going to factor my numerator. Make a number line. Test some numbers. So I'm going to pick -10. That's going to give me negatives everywhere. So that's a negative outcome. Between -3 and -1 is -2. So that's positive. -2 plus 3 is positive. -2 plus 1 is negative. -2 minus 1 is negative. That is a negative divided by negative positive. I'll pick 0. That's negative. And I'll pick 10. That's going to give me positive. So this wants everything less than 0. So my answer is x is less than -3, and x is between -1 to 1.